lovers, it's your girl DeeVa. You are live here on the Ask DeeVa show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am excited to share with you guys what I have on the topic for the 60th episode for 2019. All right, good man. I hear you. I've been hearing you. I've been talking about you since 2010 when I became a podcast host. But I think so many of you may have missed those numerous episodes on all of the different places where I've been hosting. So I used to host on Blog Talk Radio, and we would do Battle of the Sexes. We would do like a number of shows. And yes, there was Give It To Them Mondays type, where the women could just speak their, thoughts and really went in on you guys. And I'm so sorry. It was so harsh. But DeeVa's always been there trying to defend you and talking about the bad guy, but saying that there were good men out there. And I've always said since 2010 that you all need to speak louder. How can one talk about good men and hear from good men if you all are not loud enough, right? So you let your bad guys get all loud, and they're all over social media cutting up and stories in the news, and bad guys really are out there. And I know the good men are probably pretty busy being so super good, and that is what we love about you. But you're gonna have to be a little bit more visible, because sometimes people are put out in front and they look like the good men, but they may not be the good men, and then it starts confusing a bunch of women. You have Kate Michelle out there. Allegedly, she said that all men are just bad. All men are just not good people. So you have that thought process out there. I mean, you're just letting them get it in on you. So I know that you're saying, but DeeVa, where are the good men? Ladies, I hear you. You're saying, do all men cheat? Are men just bad people? All right, we're going to talk about it, lovers. We have a whole lot that we are going to cover as much as I can, but I try to keep the episodes short enough for people to be able to cut them off at the end and have a dialogue amongst their friends. So tell your friend to tell another friend to tune into the Ask DeeVa show right now, because we're about to talk about the good men, and it's important. It's really, really important right now. So it's important in a season where it seems like women have really given up. And I'm seeing that across a lot of platforms. I see it on the timeline. I see, there's this season that, that's another topic that's coming up. You guys are going to love that show this week, where we're talking about the strength that I need the big girls to hold on to, because this is the season when the no good, nasty men tend to take over, and they really try to abuse the cushion that big women have. And there's some power that you have to not allow that to happen. But that's not today's topic. We're going to talk to you ladies about that in the winter season. We're going to talk to you about that coming up. But here it is. So yes, lovers, yes, there are good men out there. Here's what you're going to have to do. So we're going to go over a few things. You're going to share these thoughts with those that you're discussing this topic with, and we're going to put this everywhere. We're going to try to have a town hall through podcasts and just really, really just see if some of these tips will help you see the good men that are out there, since they tend to hide in their good man shell, right? So since they're in their good man shell and they want to protect themselves from the vultures, because ladies, you have some, hot girl summer and bad bitch, all that. Y'all got all that going on. So y'all are scaring the good men too. So the good men are getting terrified. They don't know if you're gonna just like keep it all nice and sexy and classy, or are you about to bust out in a thong. Like, they don't really know where you're at right now, right? So you're kind of the reason why the good men are hiding also. Not really. These men are just like right in your face. And I think that some of these tips, those are all jokes aside, some of these tips are going to help you see them, right? So let's make sure that we're all good. Let's invite those friends to come chat with us. Come and chat live. right? So we're going to invite them over to come chat live. You tell someone, you go right now, you share this right now, wherever you're listening to it, whatever platform you're on, text it to a friend, call somebody over to, your cubicle at work, because you weren't working anyway. That's why you press play. So, call somebody over, do whatever you have to do. Let's just have this conversation, but let's share it with somebody. So tell your friend to tell another friend, and then a whole bunch of people are going to be tuned into the Ask DeeVa topic, because this is a hot one, and the men have requested this one. Oof. Baby, let me tell you how long they have been requesting this one in 2019. So I have you, fellas. I have you. We're also going to talk about a little bit, we're going to play a little something for you in a little bit that give us a break so you can have your downtime with some of the things that I'm going to shoot at you, because I'm about to throw it at you fast. Slow but fast. It's going to be like heavy. So, but it's something that you have to think about, right? So, lovers, first, are you taking your time? Sweetie, how can you see a good man if you guys just had appetizers at Applebee's, multiple drinks, went back to his crib, Netflix and chilled, laid low, spread it wide, got up the next day, told everybody on Facebook that you love him, said you're going to be there with him forever, this is finally the one, rushed through a whirlwind of 55 hours worth of love, and then he faded away, right? So you need to take your time. Stop giving so much of your emotion in that first interaction. Like, I know, like, I get it. He showed up and he looked like a mix between Idris Elba, Matthew McConaughey, Denzel Washington, and even had a little touch of black and Lil Nas X in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of dude? Like, DeeVa, like, what did you just describe right now? But dude was just like, fine. And I get it. So he was so fine, you just gave your whole soul to him. But I need you to pull back. I need you to pull back, sweetie. Stop marrying him in your head on your first date. I slow my readers down. So if you're reading my books, then my readers will tell you I slow them down to way more strict timelines than those. In 30 days, he better show me, or, hot girl summer and all that. If he ain't this in 2 weeks, and, I get it. Yeah, like, I have way more strict timelines than that. Right? Because it's impossible to really know who a person is in the first 6 months. You have the representative. Even the good guy has the representative right there. He's not going to give you all of him because he's not sure. It's not always a bad thing when you hear that about the representative. The good guy is not really sure if you're the one to give all of his good to show all of his good to right in the beginning. He's trying to make sure that you are worthy. So he's not really giving you everything. So you're not going to be able to see that if you're in a rush. So you have to slow down. You have to slow down to be able to decide who. And, I understand that we are in a season where people have the freedom to do whatever they want to do with their bodies. Those are your bodies, and you're free to do whatever you want to do with them. But I'm telling you right now, the DeeVa, when she's single, I can't have multiple people participating in my low position as I spread wide. It's so hard to say these things without getting in trouble on these podcasts. So I'm telling you, like, I have to take my time, and I can't have a lot of people in my space as I think, right? So if I've met this person, I need almost 6 to 12 months to even decide if the person that I met is even good enough or not good enough, and is that person for me or not for me, and if they are, then what are we vibing with, or is this just something I'm going to do for a little while, or is it something I'm going to do for a long while? Like, I need a lot of space to think. And the minute that you meet someone and they're a really good guy, people always want to rush you, or people say, oh, that's perfect for you. And they always want to rush you with, when y'all get married? Girl, when your grandmama stop getting married, like, I just slow down. Like I have to continue to be kind on this topic, right? I've been coached over and over that I must act right on this one. But seriously, like, I need you to slow down. Stop being in love so quick. And if you're not in love right away, you probably are going to see the good that's sitting right in front of you. Sometimes you guys miss the good guy because you're in a rush for it to feel like this or have this or be this or show this, and so you're in such a rush and you need this to happen so rapidly that you miss the good guy, and they see that you're like speed racing like the Flash through the relationship, so they just turn around and go somewhere else where someone has the ability to take their time to find out who they are and to really honor who they are and to really show them that I'm not just rushing trying to have a man, but I really need to see how this is a part of my forever. Because my forever, that's a space that, whoa. So even if you're in my forever and you start cutting up, you just added 10 years to your ability to walk me down the aisle. If I walk down the aisle, like it's a lot that comes with my forever, right? And so that good men are really those types as well. Like I'm not saying that the guy that met and fell in love at first sight and then now is with their person and they have multiple children and they're living this happy 10 to 20 year life. I'm not saying that they weren't a good guy, but I am saying that the average man that wants to see and learn more about you takes their time. They're not in a rush to walk down the aisle. Sometimes they are in a rush because they say, look, this is the one, she's got it all. But they are probably they're like the detective type, like they have been able to size this woman all the way up and saw that she's in law school, or she's maybe working real hard and on her job and not just hanging out with friends and doesn't hit the club every 5 minutes, and like they're able to size up her lifestyle and say, okay, this is her. Only thing about that, fellas, the good guy is like, oh my God, her going to church and showing out on you for 2 weeks is not really proof that she is it, because she will end up hiding out with her hot girlfriends in a couple of months and you won't even know, because you walk down the aisle and now she's your wife and you have a hot big mess. So good guys get played too, right? So there's just this, you need to slow down, right? I told you all that I'm strict. So I am strict to the point of where I'm a 5 to 10 year plan. And when I get rushed and I feel like the person's like, oh, let me propose to you, let me marry you, let me be with you forever, and they want to do it like really, really fast, what the hell are you hiding? So I'm a different type of woman. Like, it makes my spidey sense go off, right? Like, what are you rushing for? Right? Because I know I've been called a runaway bride, and that's not fair. It's just that I really, really need to see how you are for me. And putting your last name on me doesn't make or break whether or not you and I are going to be able to make this last. We need to learn our love languages. We need to learn things that we do agree on and don't agree on. All of this takes time. All of this takes time, and who's in a damn rush? We're talking about the rest of our life, right? So since this is your proposal and you want this for forever, then slow down, breathe. Let the mister down there breathe. You know how some guys, like, they jump from screwing like 50 females and then all of a sudden want you to be there forever? You're like, I gotta scrape off 50 years of yuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for me to guide you guys because I'm so different. I'm unique in my thinking. But here we go. So the next thing is this. Loosen up your list, ladies. Loosen up your list. I understand it. Yes, I'm so proud of you for having a list and knowing what you want and deciding that it's either this or that. But I happen to know women who are almost about to be 60 years old with the strictest list that have ever existed in the list of single women, and they still have not found him. him has showed up multiple times. I've said, oh, that's him. You should really take your time to get to know that person. Yet they go through multiple guy after multiple guy because they do not fit the list. And now they're 60 and about to be the wrinkled bride. I'm no, hey, do not get, some of my stuff is comedy before I get into a lot of, I don't want to get in trouble with the 83-year-olds that have been on these viral videos getting married. Like, I don't want to get in trouble with them. But I'm just saying, like, things start not working and y'all are taking diabetes insulin shots. And, like, it just starts getting really different. And so, I'm a mess. Get back on topic, DeeVa. Oh, I knew I couldn't handle this one without cutting up. But listen, okay, so the list is a little too strict. Your life is moving on. You've gone on multiple vacations with all the girlfriends that you can find, and even those little groups are starting to get small because they are finally going on and moving on to marrying someone, right? Like it's starting to get to the point where you're having these bucket list vacations and you're by yourself, not because there's not men out there that don't want you. Like, you have good men there, but they don't fit your list. So, no, I am not telling you to settle. I am not saying to settle. That is not what I am saying. But I am telling you that you need to loosen the list up just a little bit. Tone it down just a little bit. Go through it. You probably wrote it when you were 15 years old and updated it when you turned 25. So now you're in your 40s or 50s and you need to go and look at it again. Cross off some girl, that silly stuff. Like, girl, none of us gonna find that. Everybody can't find T.I. No, I'm joking. But, like, you need to go through the list and really just kind of say, okay, all right, so maybe he doesn't have to have 5 Lamborghinis. Maybe just one. Because some of you guys have things on your list that are like, girl, stop. You're going, Hot Girl Summer became viral so quick and so easily because there were women that were able to be motivated. Like, I have got all this and then some. And hot girls to men are not just girls that can twerk the booty and put on cute outfits. A hot girl to a man is like multiple degrees, and she owns her home, and she has 800 plus credit, and she has no children and no baby daddy, and all her exes never came from Texas. Like, I mean, but it's a longer list that for a hot girl now. It's not just about having good looks and a great booty and good titties. Like, it's a lot more now. So your hot girl competition is so because you probably can't bring those same things to the table, but your list is so strict. He also wants a woman that is not about his money, right? So if you've got a lot of materialistic things on there and you are not even going to buy your first home until he comes along and buys it for you, like that kind of thing, you may want to go in and take a look at your list, right? So go back and look at the list. And if you never wrote a list, write one today, because good men are probably not going to see you if you're not even writing a list. You have to have some morals. You have to stand for some, girl. But anyway, so, and then I said it before, and I'm going to repeat it again. Stop laying low so quickly. Stop getting down and dirty so quickly. Stop the hand jobs. Stop the extra kissing that leads to extra. Stop getting ate out. Like, I mean, am I being too explicit? I apologize. I'll put the E on there. Sorry about that, podcast life. But stop it. Don't get favors. Don't anything that's in the world of y'all might end up doing it. Stop it. Like, I see women and they don't even realize who they are because they're having conversations, and once they move on to the next, they forget what they've already said. But for the person that moves slow and doesn't have multiple utensils in their hands all the time, you're like, whoa, how many has that been? But you're having conversations like, girl, yeah, slept with him, and then he did not have what I need. When I find my husband, he has to have the package, and 2 weeks later, girl, because he didn't have it either. I was sleeping with him, and he did this, and then we had this and this, and girl, this and that. And by the time they get to December, for it's like January, by the time they get to December, they describe 45 to 50 dudes. And you don't want to judge them. You love them. Those are your people. Those are your associates. You don't want to say anything to them. But you are thinking, girl, how many people you laying with? How can you see a good guy? Is there any room left up in there? But it's just a lot going on. So I would say slow down. It's your body. Didn't I just tell you that? It's your body. So do what you want with it. I am not here to tell you how and what to do with your body. I'm not that host. But I will suggest that if you are going to see the good men, that it's kind of hard to see them when you're laying up with all of the community. So if you just slow down just a little bit, you may be able to see within a smaller number of choices which one is the good guy. You know, it's, of course, for DeeVa, if it's the guy that's already been with everybody, I'm going to have to coach him on how to be the good guy, and that's going to take a while. But, you know, for each his own, right? Because I have my rules, you have yours, right? So anyway, and then use condoms. I know I just said that I'm not going to tell you what to do with your body, and then I followed with that, right? Like, DeeVa, like, I thought you just said I could do whatever I want. You can have STIs. That's your privilege. You are more than welcome to have bumps all over your lip because you stay on your knees. I'm not here to judge you on that at all. You have that freedom. We're not talking about that part. Carry all the diseases you desire. I'm talking about condoms, because when you're dealing with a bunch of dudes, use condoms, because the no good guy, girl, he out. He is out. Do you understand me? The no good guy is going to start cutting up on you because they don't like using condoms all the time. They feel like they feel neglected of some sort. Like they feel like you don't want all of them. They feel like they haven't given you all of who they are. You know, like they just put all of, they run the country with them things, right? So because they run the entire country with their penises, like they just really, like they think everything is there. So when you hit them with the condom constantly, all the time, every time, no excuses, not ever going to change that until I see something that makes you worth not using it. Like hit them with that and watch that make your choices narrow down quite easily, especially if you're quite busy in the Sex and the City department, right? So use condoms. Trust me. It's just when they can't feel me, like when they can't feel you, yeah, like it'll change. Child, I just eliminated 85% of your list of choices, and you'll be able to see the rest of them just that easy, just by doing that alone. But don't let the DeeVa get you stirred up thinking that I'm telling you what to do with your body. You are free to carry as many sexual diseases as you can in one body if that is what you need out of life. I am not here to stop or hinder you from that. Just that's my disclaimer on your body, right? So then there is get out the boxes. I have to pull you out the box. You can't stay in the box. In this box I'm about to break down for you. So you can't stay in this box. You can't stay in this box and think that you're going to know all of the good men that were available to you. So yes, I know that this is something that many of you do not want to hear, but I'm going to challenge you on areas that are boxes. I'm going to challenge you on that. But first, we're about to go and take a listen to my friend, my brother, my good guy. I think that he's a really good guy also, but we're going to take a listen to him, and that's talking music right now. So he's great in music. We're going to play a little something that I felt like, yes, this is on my playlist. This is perfect for that. So I have this song. I have no rights, their ownership of writing this song, but I know I have rights to share this song. So I'm going to play A Better Me. Smackola is his name, out of Austin, Texas. So he's with the Dirty Worms. You can find him on social media and tell him Miss DeeVa sent you to listen to the music. Smackola with the Dirty Worms. So this is Smackola's song, A Better Me.
You know, it's a new time, man, new day and age right now. This is about self-therapy. Let's go. It's just time for me to, you know, wake up, do your teeth, turn it all around. The time has come now. Next chapter. Yeah, things ain't been the same since my mama died. Now I'm looking at the world with new eyes. Sick of the games and living the lies. It seems we always on opposite sides and can't compromise. Can't keep investing in this and fake friendships that ain't really meant shit. It's time to set my mind free. I'm trying to make a better me. They never really loved me, oh. They only want a piece of what I could be. It's funny how friends turn foes. We used to be peeps, but now we hardly speak, and I still can't trust these hoes. Social vanity, lying through their teeth. It's time for me to let it all go and take care of me, a better me. This is therapy. I knew the love wasn't real, no effort in your actions. You just a B-level actress with a country accent. You always asking for something but won't give in return. If it ain't all about you, you really ain't concerned. No goals, cause you don't like to make plans. And every new year it seems you got a new man on the gram. Self-esteem hashtagging your sexy photo ops. Too much vanity, soon sours a sweetheart. Now all we do is text. Through artificial conversations, our foundation is really sex. And then comes the disconnect. So here we go again. Keep repeating the same steps of the homies, lovers, homie lover friends with benefits and fantasy fluffers for these mistresses. I gotta let them hoes be and start doing what's best for me. They never really loved me, oh. They only want a piece of what I could be. It's funny how friends turn foes. We used to be peeps, but now we hardly speak, and I still can't trust.
Yes, wasn't that perfect? So that's A Better Me. You go find him on Instagram, Smackola with the Dirty Worms. Say your sis had this song on there, and I want to hear the rest of that, and tell me how I could get a copy and get you to sign it and say all those great things to Smackola. Dirty Worms, long time good friend. So the song is also available on iTunes, where I purchased it at, if you want to get a copy, and you can inbox me if you need more direct information on that. So no, he's not sponsoring this. I just thought, I'm a lyrics breakdown chick, and I'm like, oh yeah, this song right here is perfect for what we're talking about today. So get out the box, sis. So in order to find a good man, they're out there in various different forms, right? Here's the thing. You're going to have to get out the box also. So you can, I get it. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. I am. Like, I'm so black and I am so proud. But I am not so black and so proud that I think that all cultures and all ethnicities out there are my enemy. I'm not ever going to be that kind of proud, because I have friends from all cultures. I have friends in mixed relationships. I have friends with mixed families. I have a very mixed family myself. I have a son-in-law that is white. I have children, grandchildren that are children that are mixed, and grandchildren that are mixed, and son-in-laws that are from other cultures. Like, it just goes on and on. My son-in-law is from Jamaica. Well, his family's from Jamaica. Like, it just goes on and on and on. Okay? So yes, I want the American Black King too. But from the last thing I heard, Denzel is happily married, right? So I had to settle. So if I had to settle and go out the box, the Denzel Washington